It was one of our biggest mistakes to give everybody a soundboard. Welcome to Grim After Dark, Warhammer's only late night show for reasons you know. My name is John. I'm here to misinform and entertain as we talk about the goings on over the last week in the world of Games Workshop. This week, nobody expected the Imperial Inquisition, let alone the designers who forgot to model any detail on the new Coteaz. We're going to take a look at some of the worst models in 40k and other game ranges. We're going to do our own rumor engine and decode the value of items in an eBay prices redacted. But before we go on, let's meet the team who make it all possible. First up, it's the co-host with the co-most. Now residing in Anchorage, Alaska, the rage stands for technology. He puts the law in White Claw. It's our competitive champion, Danny McDevitt.
Thanks, John. I really like this change up that you're doing to shaky cam. It's working really well.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing because I de-studioed my home as we were selling it. So instead of being in a nice setup thing where everything is in, I have a mic stand. I'm just screaming in the void. You can tell because of the sheer amount of echo in here.
We're all just screaming in the void, John.
It took me so long to catch up to you guys. Next up, he's the beautiful face of everything square base. He's a fantasy enthusiast and a 40k denier. The terror of 2-on-2. It's Val Heffelfinger.
What a go on.
And then he's the man behind the Iron Curtain of Canada, currently neck deep in preparation for the WTC. God, yeah. He's a world leader, not a world beater. He's our Canadian coach, an American sympathizer. It's Tech Priest Dickie.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Dickie.
Oh, see?
And I'm going to stop touching things so my entire computer doesn't shake because, again, this is a very high-tech episode. I was going to hold my microphone like Dr. Phil just so I feel good about it.
Only two fingers. Just got to hold it with two dainty fingers, like Bob Barker.
Nice. Now I'm going to go buy, and my wife's going to be maxed. We're trying to downsize for a cross-country move. But I'm going to go buy a very thin microphone.
I have one. I bought one for LVO, and it was always way too hot. Remember that?
I do remember. Yeah.
Welcome to everyone in chat who's following us along. We don't know why, but we appreciate you showing up live each and every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern ish. But guys, how are we doing this week? We doing good? We feeling good? I will say, I have no control over anything because, again, the old studio was right behind me, and now it's just a very beautifully repainted blue wall.
I think it's hilarious that you called that a studio, by the way.
By the technical definition, it
the
was.
Needs must.
If the needs must.
It needed.
Soon, fingers crossed, will be. I'll have my own Val Cave,
man.
John.
Wow,
that's the dream. That's what we're going for here.
Let's go.
Comment of the week this week brought to us from again by our friends at Frontline Gaming. Guys, I got real lazy because this ad is just terrible, but we're still going to run it, Dickie.
Let's go gambling. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it.
Where's the beat drop?
Yeah.
I was sure there was going to be a fucking hype beat drop there, but
Next time, baby. Next time we're gonna do a beat drop. I had to maximize my screen because of the slideshow. I have no visibility over what's coming next. So hopefully today me was smart. Last week we had an amazing episode. We did a whole bunch of tier lists, went over really well, and we did ask for some suggestions from our listeners. And Lawrence here came through hard. Not literally, hopefully, but he says. Suggestions for the next tier list are going to be best proxies. Best is, of course, in quotation marks, so I think it actually means worst proxies. Mm-hmm. Another quotated one, but best smells at a Warhammer tournament. Best painting desk setups. Best obscure 8th and 9th edition stratagems based on name alone. And of course, best ways to transport your army, which is just a really easy way for us to make $30 off of Frontline Gaming. Let's be honest here at this point.
That's like the 5 best rappers of all time.
Reese Robbins.
And then
rap.
You should see the job he did on my FLG carrying case. But definitely we do have a tier list coming today that I thought of. I was inspired yesterday to do a new one, but it isn't any of those. So we will definitely steal those for later. He did say, best save the self-referential stuff for when you're ready to actually jump the shark. But you did mention give us the opportunity to shill really hard with transporting your army. Which makes me think we jumped the shark a long time ago and you guys are still here. So that's on you at that point.
It's nice.
Yep. Dickie, you're getting ready to go away to WTC with Team Canada. If Europe lets you win and doesn't turn you around at the customs gate.
Well, it's actually the UK and Europe.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with that.
I think they'll be nice. I don't like... No.
As part of your fundraising efforts to kind of help out, because obviously flying a bunch of people over to Europe is incredibly expensive, and then having to pay off the police in Europe who are notoriously bribe happy, also very expensive. Dickie, you solely alone.
He's west of the Rhine. Should be fine.
Is that's a great rhyme? If you're west of the Rhine, you're probably fine,
right?
Dickie, you solely alone with no help created a little promotional video to help, right?
If you're east of the Danube, you better get some butt.
Oh.
We'll workshop that a little bit.
Yeah, we need help that.
But yeah, if you're interested in helping Team Canada, I put together a little thing, then had Dickie do the harder parts. I'll take the blame for this here to show you why you should support Canada at the WTC in 2 weeks.
10 years ago, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
A haunting rendition, really.
It is. That has been stuck in my head for if I know I sent that to you on Saturday, Dickie, and then just bugged you daily about it. That's been stuck in my head for 4 days.
Wow.
That last half was the theme song to the French dub version of the A-Team from the 80s.
Ain't no one making a copyright claim on that.
God, I hope. But yeah, Dickie, why don't you plug your team?
Oh man. So the reason we're kind of asking for a little help is we're trying to get the guys the hotel at a much reduced cost, and we're asking just for people to pitch in. We got last $4,000 to get. It's already been up for a couple days now, and we're already at I think $1,750. So we're getting there. We're almost there. We're almost halfway.
Where's the link?
The link's going to be in the show notes. On the YouTube video.
But where would I find it? Where would I find it right now? Where would I find it right now?
Right this second. So I probably posted it here. Well, I gotta move.
Yeah. I just want to say we at Grim After Dark, in support of this, for every $1 that someone donates to Team Canada, we'll give you a crisp thumbs up.
I could throw the old the old link in the chat for everybody.
It's on neither of your social medias, just for the record.
It's on Team Canada. It's on Team Canada. Here, I'll put.
Thank God someone made a really shitty A-team parody.
I put it in the chat link for people to help out.
Okay.
Mark Murphy gave the show $2 and said, "Please give this to Dickie." I'm going to go ahead and say no.
No. We've never touched that money.
No, that's actually still building up.
The Rivan's in the video. He's on the team.
Yeah. Well, he's one of the coaches. Unfortunately, Riven had to back out this year good for family commitments. But yeah.
Yeah, Mark, we will definitely forward that $2, not to Dickie, who's the Bernie Madoff of Team Canada. We will forward it to Team Canada themselves. But thank you for your support. But yeah, did we enjoyed the tier list? Was that something that was a pretty good thing for you guys? We're excited to do it again a little later on.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what this week is on lettuce on lip tier. Like, where does that fall in the grand scheme of things, especially with Team Canada? You know, I think what a lovely looking bunch of guys, really.
Yeah,
right? That's true. So I put that together and I sent it because I couldn't get the motion tracking to work in between tearing my house apart.
I forgot to get the second part. I'm going to download it so at the end of the show we can get it.
I laughed my ass off at the photo choices of just face hugging a random guy that Dickie had cut the face out of.
Lovely.
Or the wrestling belt guy kicking through the door. Even if you tell me these guys' name now, it's going to be wrestling belt guy, hugging Mr. T guy, jumping out of a plane guy. It's fantastic. It's my favorite thing.
I can tell that your knowledge of the lore of the A-team is really strong, John. You've clearly seen the show.
It's the guy with the face. What's his name? That one. And then there's like the Leicester guy. Yeah. No, I'm on purposely getting it wrong for comedic effect, but like all of my jokes, it just doesn't work outside of my head. Let's see what we got this week. Come on, let's pull it up. I don't have any information about what's coming next.
Hey, friend of the show, Nick Dorich with $75 for Team Canada.
Ooh, look at Nick go. Please expense that to kicker.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, man, this is really nice. There's some good donations here.
I feel awful because John did do hard work, so I kind of want to. Do you mind if I show the bumper again, guys? Is that okay? Are you guys okay with that?
Okay, I'll watch.
6%.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, ready? I really hope this works.
We're gonna keep playing it until people stop.
Until people give this enough money.
Was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men escaped from maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, no one else can help, and if you can find them,
why did they go to LA?
Hire the A-team.
Oh, it's
I get it now.
Much better. Yeah,
I get it now. Oh, this is the director's cut. So, John, walk us through this.
Here, I'll turn it down.
Do any of these faces?
What were you thinking about? What were you thinking when you put Jeremy's face in there like that?
It was
Dickie?
me, actually.
Yeah,
I thought it was really funny because it was a he
also,
was
I like how
that
it
one is my
zooms
favorite,
in.
by the way.
That is great. I like how it zooms in on
that right there is fantastic.
Fun fact: that was Jason Sparks in that other photo that I cut his head off.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Are you legally not allowed to show his face?
That's Phil. Phil's been doing awesome.
Is he a realtor in real life?
No, that's Riley. He's an awesome player.
Oh, Riley.
Yeah.
There's Francois. Mr. P. And there's Steven Box's abs.
I'm sorry.
Also, he's doing the like competition flex. I love that.
Totally.
Did you?
It was wonderful.
Well, that one. The Bob Dole pen flex.
Yeah.
Bob Dole famously carrying a pen around with him at all times because his hand was locked in a claw-like shape due to a war injury.
Yeah, to answer your question, though, Danny, the idea came from me as watching a clip of the A-team, and I was reminded of the fact that sometimes Canadians say A.
Oh, you missed a chance there.
You missed the joke there. Why
the
did you
lowest
not
hanging
do
fruit.
A-team?
Because Dickie named the file the C Team, which, considering they draw 90% of their games, I thought was more accurate.
Oh,
Hey!
Oh.
I got some for this already.
oh, oh no, that hurts. Oh, that hurts.
For the record, I didn't draw a single game.
Fantastic. Yeah,
Dream of draft.
If you're able to, please go and support Team Canada. They are responsible for a ton of amazing content and judging throughout a lot of different things. Their fingers go through all of the pies of Warhammer content creation.
Oh, look at me. I'm shilling. I put in the link in twice, guys. I put the link
my
in
God.
twice.
Wow.
Incredible. Honestly.
One link for all of the viewers.
Yeah.
All two people.
One link to rule them all.
Yeah, and then if you click on that link and it lets you leave a comment, just say the comment should be, Val, please let me have my family back.
Yeah.
I like them. They're nice.
It's a tough one.
Fantastic. The next two slides, I remember now from the top of my head, are the classic conversions, and you guys are going to tell me the rules for the model.
Oh man,
That's
That's
terrifying.
Yeah.
That is
So,
a
Danny,
haunting
what are we
model.
looking at right now?
John, what I'm appearing to see here is, I assume, some kind of orc juggalo hybrid.
I think it's
But
a Ronald
looking at
McDonald.
your McDonald scheme.
I will tell you that I took the title out because I knew you would instantly go juggalo if the title wasn't there. This one is called Ronald McDonald.
oh,
I see.
Mm.
Okay. So his was supersized, which means that everybody gets an extra attack on his war turn. That's one of his.
One less wound because of the cholesterol.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say minus one movement.
They can't actually, and they lose advance and charge because they're just so full of sodium.
all of his boys run 40 mils. Oh,
The knobs are not
fantastic.
allowed to have any trans fats that he joins, but so he can't join knobs basically. Yeah.
His knobs are also not as dead hard as other knobs.
yeah.
So
Dead soft, dead snuggly, man. Yeah. They're great huggers.
He has a special rule called uncomfortable silence.
Oh, I love that rule.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by chat and half heard what you're talking about. You can tell by the fact what I said made no sense. I just thought you said he was a great hugger, and I can imagine being hugged by an orc, no matter how good it was, it just being the most uncomfortable experience in my life, just socially. Yeah, I killed the show. Yeah, beautiful.
Way to kill the show.
Let's move on to the next one before
Kill
we have
the
to play
show.
that C team
Kill
bumper
the
again.
show.
Oh no, not
No.
this.
What is this?
Ass. I don't know. Somebody's weird attempt at sexualizing Tyranids now.
It looks like Marge Simpson dressed up as Jessica Rabbit from afar.
Oh, kind of. Yeah, except with a carapace.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up? What do you got?
Yeah, I think this is the Mammolictor.
Oh,
I mean, I was just gonna go with Diddy Lictor, but that's good.
It's like the Neurolictor, but
it's or a mammoth rope.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mammoth
What
rope.
is it perched on? What is that? Is that a rock structure?
It's very.
I hope so, Dickie.
You're not going there? No one wants to fight on that one?
I get the vibe it gets me is that obviously that was originally a penis, but the person stepped back from it and went, you know what? Too much.
Just one air over the line, maybe.
Just a little over the top. Let's just take this. Let's kick this back. We'll suggest penis without it actually being a penis.
Yeah.
I think that was some restraint shown by the sculptor of this big-titted, ripped-abbed, potentially. I don't know what.
I don't think so. I think what happened was they went to the sculptor and they're like, you can have the penis rock or the breasts, but you can't have both. And he's like, well, I will die in my own home before I give up breasts on a Tyranid model with hardened armor.
I'm sorry, wait, you said sculptor. There's no way that anybody sculpted this. Like
indirectly, God sculpted this, so it's a-okay. What's the rule for this model? Oh, Jesus.
Distracting. Units within 6 inches are -1 to hit.
Yep. Fair. Val, this model is an actual chaos model from Old World. What's the rules for this demon?
I'm going to go shadows in the hall.
Shadow in the basement.
Shadow in the basement. Models. When this model comes within 6 inches of you, you are unable to declare a charge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because you don't want anywhere near that with your ranks.
Too busy frantically closing all your web browsers.
Can I see the rules on your app? No. Oh, chat coming in saying -3 to leadership test. I assume leadership's important in Old World. I have no basis of reference for it. But yeah, fantastic. But there's no more model. There's the only two weird things I found this week was an orc juggalo and a sexualized tyrannid.
Okay.
What we got next? Oh yeah. Brand new.
What are we looking at here, John?
Well, this is the cover. This is actually Agent Coteaz, which is factually a correct statement. On the front of what looks like Codex Imperial agents. A brand new codex that was announced over the weekend, the Tacoma Open. Which does what, Danny? What are we looking at for Codex Imperial agents? Dickie, feel free to flip through these as you see fit, because I can't remember what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Codex Imperial Agents is a codex that features Imperial agents, John, and the things that you can do in order to take them in your army.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, are you saying agents?
Yeah, there may be more than one. Who knows?
Okay, there's a plural. But yeah, it brings together the Order of Xenos, Hereticus, and the one no one cares about all together in one big book, allowing you to take inquisitorial retinues and folding in Death Watch into this book. Now, there's been quite a bit of bitching about Death Watch being put into here. Danny, what's your take on that?
That's fine. Get rid of them. They're not in the game. They're just a kill team. Yeah, fuck them.
Also, like, I mean, I'm glad that it did emphasize that Grey Knights is not getting turfed, which is great. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're even going to maybe they'll even get an upgrade, like some new models. But like the Death Watch are just a function. Like they're just a team of Order of Xenos, are they not? They're just like they aren't really their own like full-fledged chapter, right? Am I wrong? Someone correct me.
No, yeah, I mean they're totally attached to Order of Xenos. Like they don't have they have to be told what to do. They don't just get to do whatever they want.
And it's sort of like very rare that full armies of them went out in lore anyway. So it was always sort of weird when they went out in their old book. Because even all of the books that have come out since and that launched with the Death Watch book when it first came out, all just had a singular kill teams doing like very dangerous missions, like some kind of C team from the thing. Coming out with this book, we have three brand new box sets. Don't worry, we're going to get to Coteaz in a second here. One with Death Watch and Coteaz representing the Order of Xenos, and then another with the Dragon Lady Inquisitor, whose name totally escapes me at this moment, and
Draxus.
Draxus. And an Oreo Malice squad with some Grey Knights. And then we also have the Ordo Hereticus with the Witch Hunter herself, with the cool Greyfax, thank you, with the cowboy hat or the witch hat and the crossbow gun. Val, thoughts on these three sets? These are three pretty meaty sets.
Well, I mean, so I have sold off a lot of my 40K, but I kept all of my orcs. Dickie has them now. And I kept a few trays of what have always been some of the most like evocative, mind-blowing minis that I loved, which are all my inquisitorial pieces, all my weird little Imperium characters, and like Jokaro friggin' monkeys.
Monkey Man.
So I have all those guys because I love them. I used to love the idea of the Elysian drop troopers.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. I sent my collection of those to Adam Camilleri as payment for his last appearance at the LVO. To which he responded, "Oh, thanks." So like this is all stuff that actually hits me right in the right spot. I don't know if they hang together as armies per se, but like they're so cool. Like I mean, if I was one of those like rare mythical hobbyist only types, any one of these boxes would be sick as hell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Danny, what's your take? Val says they come across very thematic to what the armies are trying to do under those banners. What's your taking it from a more sort of gaming perspective from what you know?
And I don't know that much about this, but it looks like a bunch of disparate units kind of shoved all together into one list. So it's going to look like, most Inquisition armies are. I don't know. It seems really thematic. This seems like a narrative codex, really. Mm-hmm. More than a competitive codex, but we'll see, because none of the units that they previewed here on this page, like none of them right now are good. Mm-hmm. So maybe some of them will be good in the future.
So they have noted that I don't think
no Valkyrie here. I'm shocked. I'm surprised there's no Valkyrie.
That's a very expensive kit, which is about 4 sprues, which would be very hard to fit on the box.
You get a Chimera though.
Yeah.
You do get a Chimera.
I mean, actually, I like the Death Watch flyer more than the Valk for like armored transport, just because it's not so friggin' humongous.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone comes with a transport. There's sisters there. Who knows? Danny, are you going to add any of these to your Imperium armies?
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I'd think about taking some Grey Knight Terminators in my Dark Angels army. That seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a squad. It seems like it could be kind of fun. Maybe with an Inquisitor. It'd be even cooler if I had Eisenhorn. I'd be really down with that then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. I think still available in Finecast. Or in one random box in my shed somewhere.
As Dickie pointed out to me, Karamazov apparently still exists. Like apparently,
currently, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he'll make the cut now.
I don't know if he'll make the new book.
Because he would be cool. Because he'd be really cool in the Heretics one.
Or would he be one of the worst characters in 40K, and you would watch like a 15-minute, 10-minute YouTube video about why?
Why he was so bad? Yeah, he's still sold out online. Sorry, Karamazov. Not looking good for you, bud.
The little baby dreadnought legs are going away.
That was such a cool kit.
He is a cool kit.
Yeah, Dickie, if you want to go to the next slide here, I sort of have it pulled up here too. This is sort of the main reason or the main excitement over the weekend was the new model that's coming out with Codex Imperial Agents, which is Inquisitor Coteaz, the Scourge of 6th edition and the Void Shield Generator. Yeah. I would say it's been divisive with its opinion, but it's been vocally hated. The refresh of it, and then if you want to go one forward here, Dickie, we have a better shot of him. His little thick thigh diaper wearing self right there.
Well, first of all, I'd like to point out every Space Marine would look like this if they didn't have a tabard on. Like they all have something covering. They all have a loincloth covering their crotch, so they all look like they're wearing diapers.
I will say, Danny, I would look fatter if I didn't wear a hoodie, but I do. Because I know how it would look if I didn't.
This reminds me of if you go to the Met in New York City, you can see a suit of Henry VIII's armor, and he was a gigantic man, and also the little plaque below. You're like, Jesus, this is a very unusual set of armor. And then in the plaque below, if you read it, it's like, this is from very late in Henry VIII's life when he had gout and was tremendously obese. and this just strikes me as if like what would happen if a very out of shape guy was like, hey, put me in some power armor.
Power armor now.
Leave me some room to grow, if you know what I mean.
I just don't understand that.
Investigate the heresy.
Yeah, I just don't understand the head.
What's wrong with the head?
It's where the brain is. Various other sensory organs.
Well, I think one of my favorite jokes is that he's coming in hot with those Turkish hair transplants.
Yeah, so the hair is one thing, but also why does it look like he got stung by a lot of bees in his head? Like he's so puffy.
He's probably very old.
He has defined cheekbones. He's not that puffy.
No.
He has a wide face.
Yeah. The way it's been sculpted,
Could this be a bad photo scenario? That they just took him from a like the low angle. Maybe this is just like someone who doesn't know how to take an Instagram selfie doing the photoing here.
I think so.
I think it's bad. That's just straight bad.
So I think like for me, I'm comparing it to the old Coteaz model, which had kind of the cool kind of bandages wrapped around the leg. It had like a lot of detail.
I think that model sucks, and here's why I think it sucks. That eagle is so out of proportion. It's like it looks stupid on his arm.
What are the appropriate proportions?
So much better.
What are the appropriate proportions for a cybernetic eagle from the future?
What the hell?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, Danny's take was so bad that it broke the internet. That's clearly what happened there.
But I know that I would be ridiculous. Come on.
No, not that bad. But
no.
But also, good. I mean, Coteaz was always one of my favorite models because it did such cool shit back in the day.
I hated Coteaz back in the day, sitting on top of a void shield generator. Oh god, yeah, it just gives me Warhammer vibes enough to quit.
Look at his tiny little hands. What is these tiny little hands too?
I wonder if this is the same sculptor as the Custodes guy that was really very strangely proportioned.
I just think that he missed a deadline and he thought it was due on Friday and Wednesday rolls around and you're like, hey, I need that model now. And he's like, shit, okay, here. And he just forgot to add detail.
He grabbed a Stormcast, chopped the head up, made it look like that.
Armor looks nothing like a Stormcast Eternals armor. Like, let's be fair.
Relatively similar. Like,
you
mean like a Space Marine is relatively similar to like.
Yeah, but look at the little.
Whoa! They're nothing alike.
That's a good joke, Val.
Look, the model is lacking some accoutrement. Like he could use some more, some purity seals, not in one place. Like maybe spread out more across the model, and maybe some like a loincloth would go a long way here.
Maybe some Ozempic. Maybe.
But otherwise, he's actually like his shoulders aren't above his head. Yeah. So like as far as like a power armor model goes, he's probably better proportion than any other Space Marine almost.
Just gonna throw it out there that maybe this has to do with the fact that his calves are as wide as his thighs.
That's a good one. Yeah.
But Danny, you made a great point.
Have armor, dude.
The bird was out of proportion with the Coteaz model. It had the wingspan of a paper airplane before, and now the bird is a separate model, as we can see on this next slide, as he's being impaled by a piece of terrain. What are your thoughts on the? I did ask AI about this. Is
that supposed to be him pooping?
No, it's him impaling himself on the wall.
Well, you hitting a wing isn't gonna like kill him.
I'm going back to this is just like they were too lazy to change the like angle of the camera. I feel like if they like you look at the bird, like we're looking like underneath the bird and then fully top down on the bird. I feel like if we had some more like isometric angles on these models, we would not be as upset about it.
And this model, comparatively to like a lot of other models, like in the past, is so much better than like anything that was produced in like the early 2000s.
Just remember, Danny, we're frontline gaming shills now. We're no longer GW shills. We don't have to pretend to like their things anymore.
I do like this model. I mean, you guys are just you're just wrong in this.
If we go back,
we spent a lot of time in the old world. Okay, this is not like Bretonian lord with like flipper hands bad. All right, this is just. He's got some thick legs, and I think it's fine.
So go back a second here, because Chipmunk Jam with like the single best joke in several episodes.
I just read it.
That he kind of looks like he's trying to be a 40K pimp.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Oh no, I much prefer this Coteaz looks like he's a member of the Panera Bread Unlimited Sips Club.
And Aaron saying Danny getting defensive is the best part of the show so far, and that's because it's a bad show. And Aaron, we've told you for months now.
Months?
But it is good. I lied the first 2 years. Moving forward
for 3 years.
I was really confused about how the bird works. Like, does one head control one wing and
John,
split down the middle?
Do you understand how a bird's wing works?
Well,
I know that it's just one bone in the front and the rest is feathers. Do you know that?
So I have
no idea. Do we have a bird expert that we could maybe immediately bring on to the show?
We do.
Do we have him on the line?
No, we don't have him.
Close. We don't have him on the line. But if we go to the next slide, I actually reached out to professional veterinarian Seth Oster. I did ask him.
Of course it wouldn't live. It'd be in your hands.
I did say, as a doctor, which I think he is this medically possible? And he said, yes, but it could not live. And I was like, is that why it's modeled falling out of the sky? And he's like, absolutely. And you can quote me on that.
So they consulted with Seth to make this model?
Well, I think so, because it's not alive.
Just want to know, like, the audience needs to know that we have a doctor on call that we can ask these questions.
Yeah,
anytime.
Anytime. He doesn't like it when we ask him questions about people doctor problems, but we still do.
Yeah. Sometimes in America, that's the only option you got.
Sometimes you just have to go to the vet.
Especially when you got thighs like Coteaz.
Right. It's true. Elephantine is how they describe those, I think.
Great guy. Love it. So moving on, we have this part here coming up. For the longest time now, GW has been doing what they call their rumor engine. Well, they'll show like a really zoomed in piece of a model that's going to be coming usually 12 to 18 months after the picture comes out. So this is probably, I don't know what you guys think this is.
Dark Elf.
Danny
for Age of Sigmar, like one of the real ones, maybe.
One of those bird people from Warcry?
Oh.
No, maybe.
Yeah.
But we don't know until we see the model, and then we're like, oh, of course. But there's no one on the show I trust more to know what models we're looking at.
That's a ass crack.
Oh. So what we're doing here is I have taken small clips of other models, and Dickie's just going to go through them all and surprise. And what I want you to do is I need you to tell me, what are we looking at in our Grim After Dark rumor engine?
Sorry.
Well, I guess a Tyranid's ass crack. I was close. It is a Xenos. Okay. It is a Xenos ass crack.
Okay. I'm going to be hopeful, and like I'm going to say that this is boobs and not butt, like because I feel like that's more uplifting.
Hey,
going back to Coteaz's bird, Joel in chat says that perch is a wind turbine. So is the best defense against Coteaz is just green energy.
As far as I can tell, that bird fell out of a coconut tree. That's what I see.
So moving on, this model is what we're looking at right there is the zoomed in. There we go. Ass crack of a Tau model, the Greater Good Ethereal.
On sale.
Wow. On sale. All of these, by the way, War Games exclusive. Your place to go if you want to masturbate over resin. If you want to sponsor us, I can continue adverts along that vein. I think that's your target.
Perfect.
That's your target user base anyway.
Main vein.
So we were really close. Really close. I did the two different sides because I wanted to ask crack for one. But yeah, let's go to our next one here.
I'm surprised that model wasn't spready on the Grav drone, the thing that she was on.
So this, what are we looking at here?
Okay. I'm gonna go with the that's gonna be a spanking paddle wielded by a sexy Inquisitor.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I think that this is a flipper.
What kind of flipper?
Like a flipper for somebody, like an aquatic, like, you know, if you were to go scuba diving, you would put on like some flippers.
Yeah, so it's like a little foot thing, huh?
Yeah. Well, John, you just knowing you and your predilections. I just feel like that's a safe bet.
Just because I look like a fat Quentin Tarantino doesn't mean I share his charms. This model is actually this very appropriate Tau model. Danny, what are we looking at here?
Oh my!
Oh, it's an ear. John, what we're looking at is a Tau Easter bunny. She's got some kind of small alien trapped inside of an egg. You can see its eyes poking out. And she is provocatively bent over said clutch of eggs, exposing not only her tuchus, but also her front.
Sherman and chat, by the way, coming and saying head fin on a Tau model. And I want to know how you know what that was. Danny, this guy, this model
selection. That's what I think.
This model here is described as the greater good Easter bunny. Is it surprising to you that there's Catholic Tau?
John, do you know that Easter is not purely a Catholic holiday, right?
Well, by the 41st millennium, the one true religion is kind of really taken over, though. So,
this is why are they even pretending that this isn't a Playboy bunny?
Because it's an Easter bunny. It says in the word.
Really, it says the Easter bunny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad.
Well, yeah. But no, Joe, no surprise, or just pointing out my horrible, stereotypical awfulness.
No, there's no surprise.
No. Fair. What would you guys use this model for in game, apart from to repulse your opponents into giving up before playing?
Obviously, a greater good Easter bunny. It's got sick rules. The newest release.
It literally is the name right there, John. I'm going to take it. The Easter bunny's detachment is especially powerful in this edition.
Couldn't believe it. Actually, a downright OP.
Like most Easter bunny related things, it's hard to believe.
In particular, I enjoyed how they really went meta with it, allowing you to deploy your army all over the room and forcing your opponent to find your models in a allotted amount of time. It's quite amazing.
Where's your home objective? You'll have to find it. Let's just take all the worst parts of Infinity and port them into 40K. Next up.
A little blurry, John.
What are we looking at? It's almost like I have to super zoom into very small pictures.
John, this is a picture of a corpse, a real corpse, not a miniature at all, actually.
This is one of the fallen members of the Franklin expedition, whose bodies were recovered, perfectly preserved in the frozen tundra of Baffin Island.
Wow.
I will say there was a beautiful exhibition at the Anchorage Museum about that trip. It was a very interesting thing.
A children's book that still haunts my nightmares. To this very day. No,
Was
but
it the
obviously
cannibalism that haunted you more?
the lead poisoning, actually. Also the teeth. The way they were. Anyway, look it up, guys. It's terrifying.
Yeah, they knew they ate each other because the marks on the bones were human teeth marks.
I'm gonna go with some sort of low slung. It's just a sexy Tau model. There's got to be. I'm noticing a theme here. Okay. Sexy Tau model.
So I'm going to ask Clarify, what army range is this from? We have Sherman in chat saying that's the site of a giant. Joel says a potty tentacle, which I think is just what Imperial Guard calls a penis. What are we saying?
Imperial Guard is the faction I think this is from.
Imperial Guard. Well,
I'm going to go with it's going to be Mechanic Adepts.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
The correct answer is a Sister Sororita with 2 swords.
Wow.
And an impossibly small waist.
Hurts to look at, really.
I wouldn't have really guessed that, John, if I'm being honest.
No, a lot of these rumor engines are quite awful. We have 2 more. So the next one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's easy. It's a pig nose.
It's a cute little piggly.
Good guess, Dickie.
The robot spider pit man from the Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a Space Marine, but a female Space Marine made by Raging Heroes.
Joel coming and say Emperor's Children. Does that look like a noise blaster for you or some other kind of blaster, Val?
Nice.
Yeah, sperm blaster.
Some sort of mining cum weapon.
Did you know you can pop me like every time by saying cum weapon, and I don't know why. That's great. Okay, what faction? So, Danny, you are going for Space Marine as your chosen faction for this model, right?
I am.
Val.
Well, we just had a Sister of Battle. Necrons.
All right. Dickie, if you only had one shot, would you take it?
Yeah.
Show us the model.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's
Danny, what are we looking at?
This is a Dig-a-Knob model?
Jesus Christ. That is so...
See, I let you
Okay,
start
yeah.
with like titties for the first three, so I could throw this one in here. What are we looking at?
So it says Orc, M&M, like M&M, dig a snow, and it's a dig a knob, I guess, but I think it's supposed to be M&M. He's rapping.
I mean,
The
that is
face.
very clearly his likeness. I mean, this feels...
He's quite litigious as well, I think.
Is this
Like,
like
can you zoom in on the enhance the face?
enhance?
Is that the next slide?
No, it's not.
Oh, for goodness sakes. No, I
Look
can't.
preview for the next one.
I can't. There's no more zoom. There's zero zoom to this.
Okay.
Is this commentary that like he's a white guy and like otherwise like the black man's game, like rap music? Is that like what this is supposed to be? Like saying that he's
deep into it.
a dig-a-knob?
I think because it's using a pose seen in the movie 8 Mile, where he was called Snow, I think, or Bunny or some shit like that. And then Rabbit, thank you. Tomato. They wanted to make an M&M character, but here's a fun fact. I tried really hard to find a sexualized male Space Marine, and I could not find it. You know what else I couldn't find? A sexualized female Space Marine. So not even these companies are touching that with a 10-foot barge pole. And you've seen the trash that they're making.
No, not making anything good.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have liked to have at least seen his naked butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Agreed.
No. I will say one thing. War Games exclusive, massive perverts know their customer base very well.
Yeah.
Please sponsor Team Canada. They're so close. For every orc, Eminod, Digasha snow that's purchased, we'll send $1.50 to Team Canada.
Oh my god.
Last one.
Thank God.
I know.
Okay, I know this one.
What is this?
That is a
Goatee.
Sporty Spice inspired Inquisition model.
John, this is a wang with armor.
Okay. For our younger listeners, Sporty Spice was a member of the Spice Girls, which was a girl group from 30 years ago.
Known for her and a mother of one of Eddie Murphy's children.
Wow. Really?
No, that was Scary Spice. That's the mother of the child. Sporty Spice is Mel C. No, Mel B. No, Mel C. Yeah.
No, yeah, John, please tell us more about this.
Yeah. Mel C was Sporty Spice. Scary Spice was Mel B. And she had a child with Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Well, I'm going Sporty Spice here because this is an oddly flat-chested model for a War Game exclusive.
David Beckham's wife?
No, that's Victoria. That's Posh.
That's Posh Spice?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
What about
sorry,
Jerry?
my
What
bad.
about Jerry?
Ginger Spice.
Now,
What about
solo career.
who was Baby Spice, John?
That's Emma Bunton, of course.
Nailed it.
Everyone knows that.
Of course.
Of course, idiot.
What are you?
yeah, damn.
You fucking moron. Just you absolute buffoon. How could you not know that?
Sherman letting us know. I'm from the UK. I would know because from the ages of like 10 to 20 or 15, I was barraged by these people on radio, which is something I had to listen to as a child. So yeah, very familiar with the Spice Girls. Take That.
Let's reveal it.
Boyzone, Westlife. What is it?
Nailed it.
Oh,
You did. It's a
custodies.
custode.
She's a custodes, man.
You can't just say nailed it.
I mean, you can if you want.
Are you not familiar with the show Nailed It?
And you don't nail it?
That was right. That was definitely in the spirit of a Nailed It.
Perfect.
We've showed this lady before, actually. I think
We've shown this lady before, and that's why I heavily focused on the abs because I know you perverts didn't notice those on that model.
Also, I was going to say that I mistook the upper abs for a small breast or a small bust, I should say. Clearly, misguided attempt there. She's this lady in Coteaz. I think we could maybe introduce them.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Their child would have the largest thighs in the universe. But yeah, if you've ever wanted to sexualize your models, buy them from War Games Exclusive. Their extensive range of pinup models are available to buy with nipples.
With nipples.
Okay. There you go. I couldn't choose a nips one. Real quick, we might not have time for prices right this week. That's okay. But we're going to do a quick tier list based on the awesomeness that was the Coteaz model. If you don't know the tier list, they go from S, which is tier A plus, fantastic, all the way down to, I think, is it C, Dickie?
That wasn't how I remember our tier working.
Well, let's go look at our tier list. We'll see how it works. That's right. It goes S down to D. S is the best.
Oh, wait, guys. No, I got this. Wait, give me 1 second.
Well, wait a minute. What? Yeah, these are not the correct.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. All right, we got this.
For the benefit of the watchers at home, Joel, you have terrible opinions. For the benefit of our watchers at home, Danny, can you explain what the Grim After Dark tier list scale is?
Mm-hmm. So we have several different images of David Hasselhoff performing activities while giving some kind of a monologue to his son. The first image is him eating a hamburger and then cheese pull. And then him giving an impassioned speech. Keep in mind, all of these are sans shirt, so we know that he's serious. The next one is him drinking a soda, and then the last one is him regretting his life choices.
With lettuce on the lip. Lettuce on the lip.
Yeah, lettuce on the lip. Thank you.
I think all of them are him regretting his life choices, to be fair, though.
That is possible.
That's fair. Okay, so Dickie, the first model we of course Coteaz, because I'm ignoring everyone else's opinion, regardless of how appropriate they might be. Coteaz goes straight over a mouthful of hamburger, or big bite of hamburger.
Big bite.
Yep.
Vicious bite.
Vicious bite. Dickie, what's our first model? You have to manually drag them across.
Oh no!
In order to make them work, as we discussed before we went live.
When I step on your shoe and say, Mr. Johnson.
Wow. I'm going to go through a technical difficulty screen. Hey, do you like flying? Do you like flying with miniatures?
Oh, man.
Go to frontlinegaming.org, buy a miniature case. Danny, how much would that be? Like, we can't do the bid because we don't have time for prices right tonight, but...
Still don't know.
John, great question. I would imagine this case would cost hundreds of dollars, probably $300. Is that right?
When I went to insure mine, because mine is so valuable, they were like, well, obviously $3,000 is what you want to insure this for.
Hold on a minute. I want to unpack a little bit of that.
Unpack?
Yeah. Unpack, much like this case, you could just keep your miniatures in there forever. It could be a way for you to display your miniatures if you kind of put the things on, on your shelf.
Yeah.
All right. That was awful. Okay, what's first?
Yeah, what's first?
Oh,
Just
man,
look, is
I
it
can
Val's
choose whatever
eyes
I want.
twitching for the white borders?
What's first is the old possessed models.
Ooh,
Those aren't even the
possessed.
ones I was thinking of. Those are the plastic ones. Those aren't even the metal
ones I
possessed,
could-
which are
Those are the
real
ones
garbage.
I could find in 3 minutes of Googling.
So again, are we saying that the higher you are on this tier, the worse you are, or the
Yes.
higher you are on the tier, the better you are?
First is worst.
First is worst. So I don't know. These guys feel like I feel like they just wound up right where they should be. Personally,
They're at conversation.
inoffensive.
Annie, are you at drunken conversation with your son level?
You know, John, yeah, I think that's a great place to start with here.
Okay.
Coteaz is already in the best place. The right place.
Which ironically is the worst.
Well,
Next up,
not really.
Oh, that's harsh.
the Noise
cheap,
Marine.
because that's a really good model. What's
Yeah.
wrong with that model?
Let us
You think
on
that
lab.
model is stupid?
Let us on lab.
Thematically, I think it's really stupid. I love the new Noise Marine sculpts where like it's like sound cannons. I can't quite get behind like actual guitars.
Yeah, well, your hat is stupid.
Whoa.
Which one? I've done like 6 stupid ones. What are you, the War Games live
definitely
owner?
not
Who's like,
on the
"Shut
bottom
up,
here."
customer
So it's
perverts."
not let us on lip, Danny? You're really
No,
putting
this is
back
cheese
here.
pull. I said cheese pull right off the bat.
This is cheese pull?
So
But we
the
said
higher
higher
the
is
model
worse.
is, the worse
No.
it is.
No, none of these are worse. This is not a ranking system that has any kind of best or worst. It's just which is appropriate to the model.
All right, let us. Cheese pull, okay. Cheese pull, okay.
Cheese pull here.
It
Okay.
literally is a ranking system.
No, not in any order. It ranks them, but it puts them in the tiers where they belong.
It's
These are
about
just
the vibes. These are vibes. These
All
are
right,
vibes.
next
all vibes.
model. Next model.
Next one, what we got?
Ooh.
Oh, can you embiggen that guy a little bit, Dickie? Because my favorite thing about this model is the fact that he's carrying a watermelon.
It's carrying a watermelon.
That is a what do they call those? Globadier?
Yeah.
Yeah, poison and globadier.
I mean,
Little Skaven model.
I
He's
got
a
nothing against.
victim of the 90s sculpting of very flat one-dimensionalness.
I mean, I'm just hoping that Clown Hat Nagash at least shows up.
Who
And
knows?
I mean, these are yeah. All right, so then this guy's got to be Big Gulp to me.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay. And then there's more than 5 this week, by the way. I just thought I'd let you know that now.
He went
We're gonna double up on these tiers.
Yeah.
We're gonna double up, and I was giving you the freedom to pick.
The old Catagen models.
Oh God, those guys. I mean, they're I love them.
My favorite thing about them is just how surprised and annoyed they look at the same time.
In the middle picture, does it look like David Hasselhoff is snapping his fingers? I feel like he might just be about to snap his fingers.
He's emphasizing with his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I think he's very high.
I think gestication, David Hasselhoff is where these catechins belong.
Mm-hmm.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Yeah,
in the
because
middle.
it feels
I mean,
like, a
I have
catechin
got-
is gonna.
I got a massive soft spot for catechins. I feel like they're cheese pull to me.
Oh.
All right, yeah, let's put them in cheese pull. These guys are a classic model.
Classic.
You guys are doing it the wrong way.
Well,
You're doing
can't
it.
control us. Can't control us. Oh wow,
I know
There he
that.
is.
that is
The
lettuce
man.
on lip. That's got to be lettuce on lip.
That's lettuce on lip tier for sure.
Yeah,
What
I'm glad
is this
I'm glad
model
we
for
saved it.
those who choose not to punish themselves when watching this?
What?
What model is
What?
that?
What
He's
model
asking.
is
Oh,
that?
I see.
Podcast
Oh, I
listener.
see. Sorry, this is the Bretonian Lord.
Correct.
He lost his hand in
Edward
battle,
Flipperhand.
and he's had it replaced, much like Jaime Lannister.
I was gonna say, and just as convincing a job of trying to mimic an actual hand on this model. But that
Yes.
poor skull. That model, I don't know if you guys know, was actually a model someone did as their first sculpture to like join the sculpting studio,
Yikes.
and
Were
it
they
was
just
just
like-
put, and then like it's the fact that model was ever released is to me just cruelty. Like it's like someone did not like that guy because he went on to sculpt some crazy shit.
Or they were just like, shit, we got to release something. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This one? Sure. And they just grabbed a random casting wheel. Fantastic. Right. Bretonian Next. Lord. I own that. He was very cheap. What we got? Oh, yeah. Some Skaven
rat ogre.
I mean, not great, but...
This is center tier, I think.
This is a really middling bad model. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Still plastic. The giant rats look fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then we have. Danny, what's this model?
This is a Sister of Battle Dialogus model. Mm-hmm. Also, it may be a model in an Inquisitor retinue. Like it's had a couple of different titles over the years.
Eyes wide open, mouth wide open, screaming into the void.
She's wearing goggles.
She's let us on lip. It's gotta be.
The reason there's not a lot of female models, I think, is because when everyone tries to sculpt them, when everyone tries to sculpt them, you just can't do it.
Let us on lip.
I don't think it's that bad, but okay, that's fine.
Yeah. What's next?
What?
It's a great model. It eats burger tier.
Yeah, that's a big old bite of burger.
Yeah, I have this model. It's a cool model.
It's a great model.
What's wrong with this model, John?
It's the face for me. That is, Dickie, if you want to send that to the front of the pile so you can embiggen it properly. The face is a little goofy.
You mean because he's got his mouth open?
Below his shoulders as well.
He's like he's about to break into a show tune rather than
to shoot fucking mind bullets out of his face.
He's probably singing a hymn of purity as he blasts you with his mind bullets.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was disrespectful. Disrespectful to include this model, I think.
Unbelievable.
Don't like it. I don't like it. I'm a disrespectful person.
You know what the shitty part of the model actually is? The proportions. Because, like, look at where the head is compared to the rest of the model. It's like
we got a hole
in the middle of the chest. Mm-hmm. As opposed to the new Coteaz model, which is correctly proportioned.
Right above that shoulder. I actually wonder, reflecting on Coteaz, if maybe the problem they ran into was putting a proportioned human being into power armor, and that's why. The diaper.
This just doesn't work.
Oh God, Dickie, Control Z. There we go.
All right, two more. I think we have another beautiful sisters model.
What's wrong with this model? She's got some Cruella de Vil eyebrows.
Yeah. Or what, are they all supposed to be supermodels?
Yes.
That seems like you're putting a lot of pressure on them, John.
If I cannot sexualize every single female miniature that I own, what even is the point?
Her hands are kind of goofy.
Also, my favorite part about this bit isn't going quite as well as last week, but Danny's insisting that I am wrong and then instantly pointing out shitty things about the model.
He's just trying to help you out. He's just trying to help you out a little bit.
John, I'm playing devil's advocate.
All right. I think Big Gulp tier?
It's a great movie.
I don't even know. It's inoffensive. It's an inoffensive model. Maybe it's.
I think it's better. I think it's cheese pull tier.
Cheese pull tier?
Mark Murphy coming and saying she looks like an albino Grinch.
Okay.
Seems a little harsh, but okay. Joel saying good hands.
I'm not going to argue with cheese pull tier.
Okay.
All right, last.
There he is.
The myth.
S tier.
The original Nagash.
This is Eats Burger tier.
Wow, that is a big old bite of a cheeseburger. Himself. The Clown Prince. I love that this is the model that represented one of the scariest, most powerful beings in Warhammer Fantasy for
a literal god.
Pretty much forever. The new this model is just incredible. Was out of print probably for longer than the new one has been in print, and it's just brilliant.
What a model. I would love to see one painted up with a Juggalo paint scheme.
Ooh, John, actually, trick question. He's already painted a Juggalo paint scheme.
But, just the triangles under the eyes and stuff like that, and that clown nose. He doesn't have a nose. He's a skeleton. I don't know if you noticed.
My favorite is when people put him on the modern Nagash base. It's just fantastic.
Did they just put him on top of a shitload of scenery first?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's quite a bit smaller.
He's tiny. He was big for his day, but he's tiny. It's funny.
Oh,
Actually, like modern Nagash also has the bone penis, which is a special thing.
I'm sorry.
It does. There's technically, it looks like a bone penis modeled onto modern Nagash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He has a little tail that goes forward.
Yeah, kind of comes out, pops out there.
Good. Got a real motor, if you know what I mean.
And he's a way
I just googled Nagash bone penis. Let's see if that comes up with anything.
This is a safe search.
Dickie, go ahead, Google on your screen. Don't bother pre-doing anything. Oh, no. Just that Nagash bone penis.
Actually, I can just go get him.
We got
Oh, it's the thing on his belt.
One second.
There's not going to be prices redacted this week, so we have to end on a high note, which is going to be Nagash's bone penis. Are you tired of your models not being sexual? No. It's good.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. I don't know what I was thinking.
It says compensatory's false spine penis strap on.
Yeah, I think I was slandering him. Not really anything obviously penile here. He just has sort of what did you call it? A talbard?
Put it up again.
Tabard. Yes.
Or a loincloth, if you will.
Yeah, made of spine.
You just glued it the wrong way. It should be pointing straight out.
I don't know.
Not down.
I just bought this off the internet.
Have you just thought about Nagash's penis?
I mean, who hasn't?
I've been thinking about it this whole time.
I mean, it's what he wants us to think.
Fantastic. Guys, that's our show. We're going to end on a mid-note.
Banger.
Next week, Dickie's going to be taking us through the ins and outs of the WTC and letting us know how to beat every single one of his Team Canada compatriots.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's say Jess Day. Oh, Tuesday again.
Unless of course you donate enough money to fill out Team Canada's fundraiser. We're just going to ruin their time. They're not really.
I can't wait to produce this show again.
I can't wait.
And also, August is going to be a really weird month for us here on Grim. Yeah. Dickie, you're going to be gone the first 2 weeks of August.
Yep.
I'm going to be gone the last 2 weeks of August, or the last week of August, start of September.
Cats are away.
So we're going to come back to well-written comedy that people actually watch. And feeling
unlikely.
A well-produced show. Nice.
I say we limp through the first 2 weeks of August, sans Dickie. And then maybe we just take a little late in August break, a little time out. We can all focus on our fantasy football teams.
Danny was really mad that he's not had enough time with his fantasy football team. But stuff will be happening as I move very slowly down to real America. Even though Danny was able to do it with only taking 1 week off, I refuse.
Yeah, we know.
You guys are like literally trading places. Also, like Danny moved back to Alaska, but you're moving basically where Danny was.
Yeah, do you guys hate each other in real life? Like, is that?
But like, you went to the Northwest as well. I guess Danny was in Idaho.
Much power to be concentrated in one place, and we felt like constitutionally it was unfair to other people and other podcasts to have us both in the same state at the same time.
Right. Too much quality content can be produced when I don't have to spend every waking minute making repairs to a house so someone else can enjoy it, which is the most soul-crushing thing you can actually do, by the way.
Well, maximize that value, homie.
You know what I did this weekend? Totally off topic here. I moved 700 pounds of dirt to make an egress incline away from my house for water. Do you know what doesn't look like a lot after you've done it? 700 pounds of dirt. It's a depressingly small amount.
If you were just like a run-of-the-mill backhoe, you'd look like a total bitch. 700 pounds? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's my little skinny arms. But yeah, plug away. Plug your stuff.
On Older World Charm this week, you can find the Dwarf Arcane Journal review that Adam, Peter, and I did. That's right.
Sorry.
We recorded an episode with all three of us. So we've got that going for us.
Yeah.
And on Squarebase, I will misremember most of the facts that they brought up in that Arcane Journal review.
I don't know. Val was sending us some messages about his dwarf list he wants to do, and it sounds pretty good. I don't know.
Double doom. The problem is like I think I'm and Danny, maybe we should just do Grim After the Old World. But whoa, this hasn't been used in a long time.
It's a 2-shot.
This is like wow. This is very intense, Danny.
Looking right into your eyes. It's only mildly romantic, folks. Like it's mostly just business.
It's I really wish I had romance music lined up.
Love
here.
the nipples, but no. All I was saying was that like the dwarves now have a very unique mechanic in which they're able to deny the ability to score points, and that feels like something that could be tremendously abused. Tremendously, especially on comps, obviously, but even in comp formats, you can get a lot of things that if you just like send them out to die, they're gonna die. Like you can make your Doom Seekers like 250 points. Yep. If they get half their points back, you can't lose.
Right. It's wild. It's wild. Like that and the Slayer character, like just kind of throwing them out there to do as much damage as you can before they go down. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, like I mean, even the like you can take your because I thought the rune of don't give up your points was like a master rune. It's not. Like you can just have.
Oh, it's not. I thought it was too.
No, you can have dragon slayers and demon slayers with that rune, and just those guys will be very point dense and expensive. You can load them up with runes to give their items some more points. They can go kill something and then just die. Doesn't matter. Literally get any points. Any points.
Check out Val's list
game.
On Squarebase. And then also that Old World Charms excellent review of the Dwarven Arcane Journal. And possibly for 2 weeks in August, check out that Old Base Charm or Grim After Old World. I don't know. I feel if I'm not here forcing the 40K, it'll devolve very quickly into a game people who are on the show actually enjoy.
Hey, Imperial Agents looks cool. Like I said, that really that's a cool callback. And kudos to Games Workshop for just remixing a bunch of bullshit they made into some perhaps neat armies.
Yeah, that's true. And the cards and stuff are really cool. I'm glad that those are models that are available in the game. And the new dwarf character, if you got one, congratulations. But I heard they sold out in 4 minutes.
I got him. You know what I didn't get? Yeah. I didn't get the king. I hesitated on the king. I doubled back to add him to cart. Wasn't there.
So you didn't get Younggrim?
I got Younggrim and I got Doom Seekers. And then I doubled back for the plastic king, and I didn't get him.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Nice.
Beautiful. And my boy Lionel over at X Planet Games could hook me up.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know. We'll see.
Or maybe you could just talk to our friends over at War Games Exclusive. Maybe they have.
Y'all got any big titty dwarves on shields? Maybe actually held born aloft in a giant brazier.
They have a female model that came out in the Grudge of Drong.
Mm-hmm. There's a lady dwarf.
Do you like Old World? Do you like dwarfs? Do you like tits? Do you like everything about square bases? Then War Games Exclusive has the model for you. I don't know. I lost it like a third.
Only thing I don't like about square bases, they don't look like titties.
That's why I like square bases, round shaft. Guys, we will be back next week where we're going to be talking about all things WTC. Remember, check out the link in the show notes and also on Team Canada's Facebook page to support that amazing team to go to WTC. It's not a cheap thing to do. And remember, every cent that you're donating goes to Dickie's room service bill.
Wow.
Actually, just for the pay-per-view titles, he'll be ordering off of the Belgian TV.
I officially don't think there's a TV in our rooms. So
guys, you're paying to give them a TV in their room. They need to watch My Name is Earl.
Breakfast. All we need is breakfast. That's literally all we need.
Do I have to talk about the WTC for an hour next week?
No, we'll have eBay prices right because I've one in the cannon.
You can talk about all the pictures that you're going to be directed to you next week, maybe.
Oh yeah, when everyone leaves, and yeah, it'll be fun.
What a great time,
guys! Join us next Tuesday at 10 p.m. where Dickie, Danny, and I will be excitedly talking about WTC, and Val will be here for 20 minutes, annoyed that he has to look at pictures before going. If you want to support us at the show, grimafterdark.com, again, Sport Team Canada with all of their socials, because I assume, Dickie, you're going to put the information on your socials, right?
It's everything. So the link is in the show notes in the YouTube, as well as the Team Canada Facebook page.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Help him get a pancake, just one.
Please.
It's Belgium. He's got to get some French fries and mayonnaise.
Waffles.
That's just a Canadian tradition, isn't it?
Stella Artois.
Oh,
well, on that note, we'll see you next Thursday.
It's time to step into the grim darkness with nerds gather talking Warhammer madness. Grim After Dark, the podcast with the hosts John, Danny, and Val, but they're not the most. Claiming to be experts, but it's all a facade. Talking about battles and dice rolls, they're all odd. Trying to sound cool with their Warhammer talk, but I'm here to expose. It's all just squawk. Nerds, everywhere I see talking Warhammer this, like it's a decree. But let me tell you, homie, it is all just a game. In the real world, homie, we are not the same. So put down the dice, step out of the dark. It's time to live life, nerd, make your own mark. Grim After Dark, the nerds playground. Talking Warhammer this, acting all profound. But when I listen, it's all just a bunch of noise. I love roasting nerds and their stupid ass toys. Stupid ass toys, I wanna grab them, put my hands around the neck, squeeze, Warhammer squeeze, until they can't breathe or breathe again. Tell a friend, I'm out here roasting nerds again.
10 years ago, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.